Welcome back to the Sports News Analysis YouTube channel. My name is Mike. I'm continuing my Week 10 previews and analysis. This video is for the game between the New Orleans Saints and the Dallas Cowboys. It'll be played down in New Orleans, and New Orleans comes in with a record of 6-2, coming off a disappointing loss on the road at the Jets. Dallas coming off of a squeak it out sort of win at home against Minnesota. And both these teams obviously known for their high-powered offenses led by Tony Romo and Drew Brees. I think in this game, what's going to be key is, New Orleans going into last week averaged, gave up a lot of yards per carry on the ground, and that was only expounded by the performance that the Jets put on running the football, most notably Chris Ivory. And for Dallas, they chose not to really run the ball at all against Minnesota. We'll see. I think they need to establish the run in this one, whether it's DeMarco Murray, if he's healthy enough to go, or it's whoever is in that backfield for Dallas. I think even with the backup running backs Dallas has, they can establish the run against this, I think, slightly overrated Saints defense. A defense much like Dallas, whose success is predicated a lot on turning the ball over. Dallas is +10 in give takeaway. New Orleans is +6. So who's going to make the big mistake? New Orleans offense is a lot better at home. Are they at full strength, though? Do they have a fully healthy Jimmy Graham? Does Marcus Colston come back? Sproles left the game with a concussion last week. He's a nightmare matchup for any team, especially on that turf at the Superdome. Is he back and fully healthy? All this stuff remains to be seen, but you know how good the Saints offense is. You obviously know how good Romo can be when he's on. I think this game is going to take much the same form of that Detroit-Dallas game, where, expect big numbers from both quarterbacks. Expect it to come down to some plays that teams either make or don't make at the end. You have the whole Rob Ryan subplot coaching against the team he was a defensive coordinator for last year. How does Monty Kiffin's defense, that cover two, they're really going to try to keep everything in front of them, which is a key. Obviously, when you play against a team like the Saints, I worry about Jimmy Graham, though, in the seam, in the short to intermediate routes, really getting isolated on the linebackers and safeties of the Cowboys and basically killing the Cowboys in every way, shape, and form. That's the one matchup for the Cowboys. I know every team worries about Jimmy Graham, but especially against the Cowboys and the defenses and looks they run and, their inability, I think, to really cover tight ends in general, never mind a guy like Graham. I think that's a matchup to watch. Look, the Saints don't really make a commitment to running the ball, so I can't really look at that as being a focus for them in this game. Again, I think this game comes down to a turnover here, a turnover there. We'll see how much this crowd influences the game. But look, the Cowboys on offense are a pretty seasoned bunch. Again, the Cowboys have to try to establish the run more in this game if they want to stay in it. If they try to go toe for toe right from Ward 1 with this offense in the Superdome, I think they're going to have trouble. But, I think, they'll amend the game plan. They'll run the ball more. I like New Orleans to win the game, but I like Dallas +7 on the road in New Orleans to keep this game close. Again, a very similar game to the game they had against Detroit and obviously the game they had against Denver as well. I just think in the end, it's sort of a last bullet in the gun kind of game. Who has the ball last? And I don't trust this Dallas defense in a big spot late to stop a good offense. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the YouTube comments. Hit me up on Twitter at SNewsAnalysis. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. I preview and recap every game every week, and I'm always talking the news of the day in the NFL. So be sure to subscribe. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.